Hello everybody, this is Old Soldier. Before I start today's episode, I want to give a shout out to Sam and Hayden. I just recently bought some better audio and video equipment, and hopefully it will alleviate some of the problems that I've had in some of my other videos, and both Sam and Hayden were very helpful. So hey guys, I appreciate it. Today's episode, we are going to talk how to store food long term in Mylar bags. I had no intention of doing this episode as it's been covered by so many other people, but I have gotten so many questions on how I do it, I decided to do an episode. Today we're going to store pasta and oats in 1 gallon Mylar bags, put in some oxygen absorbers, and seal them and store them in a 5-gallon bucket. When stored properly, oats and pasta can be stored for approximately as long as 20 to 30 years. Using Mylar bags and oxygen absorbers. This is a 1 gallon Mylar bag. I got this one, purchased it over Amazon from a firm called Wallaby. I also like Pack Fresh USA. These are 500cc oxygen absorbers. I did buy these from Pack Fresh USA. To the left, you can see that I have some of them in a mason jar. They are from a package that have been opened, and for them to be still good and quit absorbing oxygen, I sealed them in a mason jar. The process with both foods is the same. I'm just going to film sealing the Quaker oats or the rolled oats. Once I've opened the container of oatmeal, I simply pour it into the 1 gallon Mylar bag. Pack Fresh USA provides guidance when you purchase their materials about how many oxygen absorbers to use depending upon what you are storing and the size container. For both oatmeal and pasta, it is recommended for 500cc for a 1 gallon container. I'll use 2 500cc oxygen absorbers just to ensure that the oxygen is removed. I'm going to quickly open up the mason jar. Put 2 oxygen absorbers, 500cc each, inside the Mylar bag that has the oatmeal, and reseal the mason jar. You can tell the oxygen absorbers are still good by they're still pliable. Some folks use a hair straightener. I use, quite simply, a clothes iron to seal shut the Mylar bag. Moving somewhat quickly, I simply take my iron, put it on the edge of a hard surface like this granite countertop, and seal the Mylar shut. You can tell I have a nice airtight seal. Once the bag is sealed, I put the amount, the date it was sealed, and the contents of the bag. That was 2 pounds of oatmeal. By placing the food in the Mylar bags, sealing with oxygen absorbers inside, you are protecting the food from oxidation, bugs, eggs, larvae, microorganisms, and fungus. You may not necessarily see a vacuum-packed look. Oxygen is only 21% of air, so air may remain inside of the containers, but not oxygen. Sometimes you often will see this effect, but if you don't see it, don't worry. These are 1 gallon containers, and I fit 2 pounds of food into both. You can purchase larger Mylar bags that will line a 5-gallon bucket where you can put much more product inside. These 1 gallon bags are easier for smaller portions. I very likely could have fit more into at least one of these bags, but today this is primarily for demonstration purposes. It can take up to 48 hours for all the oxygen to be removed by the oxygen absorbers, but most of the oxygen will be removed in just a few hours. After the food has been placed into the Mylar bags, oxygen absorbers placed inside, bag sealed, and properly marked, I like to place the bags inside a rigid container. 5-gallon buckets work well for this purpose. I also like to use resealable lids. In this case, these are Smart Seal lids. I also like the Gamma Seals. The outer portion is placed on the outside of the bucket, and the inner seal, these style lids can be placed easily. The lids can be placed on and off and make a very tight seal. Incidentally, these are great for a number of uses to keep things waterproof and airproof. The food can simply be placed inside the bucket. Yes, I realize there's all kinds of excess room in this instance, and simply the lid screwed on. If I save more food later, I can open up the lid and place it back in there. And there you have it, folks. That's how this old soldier stores dry food for long periods of time. I hope you enjoyed this episode. This is Old Soldier out. Hello again, one quick alibi. This has been about a week later. You can tell by the shrink-wrapped appearance that the oxygen absorbers have absolutely done their job, and all the oxygen has been removed out of these packages. So there's absolutely no doubt that the food was stored properly. Anyway, just a quick follow-up. This is Old Soldier really out.